Boy, you take off from doing this show for 1 week and the floodgates open when it comes to news stories. You had that shooting in New York where that whack job targeted NFL headquarters because in his warped mind, he blamed them for brain injuries while playing football, even though he never played for the NFL. But he got off on the wrong floor. Still, because he was such an evil slime ball, he shot and killed 4 people before offing himself. So Skip Bayless, of course, well-known sports talk show host, he tweets out this, quote, "Thank God the New York City shooter took the wrong bank of elevators and didn't make it to the NFL floors," end quote. Now, did he express any condolences or sympathy for the 4 people who were murdered by this maggot? The answer to that would be no. And boy, did Skip Bayless get hammered online for it, and deservedly so. I guess to him, non-NFL lives don't matter. Unfortunately, this is the society we live in where people try to out-stupid themselves when it comes to online comments. Like all the people who saw those Sydney Sweeney ads for American Eagle where they did a play on words with jeans with a J and jeans with a G, and somehow in their deranged minds, they took it as code for promoting a Nazis-type eugenics program. And also probably because they're just miserable, self-loathing people who hate beautiful women and believe it's a good idea to share their idiotic thoughts with the rest of the world. Sorry, not sorry, but it's human nature to admire beautiful people and things. I would say think before you post, but Skip Bayless and those rage cows apparently don't have the ability to think. Then, you know how they say celebrity deaths come in threes? Well, over the past couple of weeks, it came in 5. Chuck Mangione, legendary trumpet player. He passed away last week. Malcolm Jamal Warner drowned while on vacation in Costa Rica. And if you're like me, you spent your Thursday nights in the 80s tuned into NBC to see what sort of antics Theo Huxtable got up to every week on The Cosby Show. The baseball world got rocked this week by the death of Hall of Famer Ryne Sandberg, whose cancer unfortunately returned. And look, I'm not a Cubs fan, but I certainly respected the guy's talent. Plus, he did start his playing career with the Philadelphia Phillies. Only played a few games for him in 1981 before getting traded to the Cubs so we could get Ivan DeJesus. Okay, now look, I know as much as that trade gets maligned, Ivan DeJesus was a really solid shortstop. Not a Hall of Famer like Sandberg, but it wasn't like we traded him away for a scrub player. And Cubs fans might be a little more knowledgeable on this than me, but my impression of Sandberg as a non-Cubs fan is that he wasn't flashy, he wasn't boisterous, he just went out and he did his job, and he did it very, very, very well. And I also don't recall hearing anything bad about the guy. Then in another shocker, Hulk Hogan passed away. Again, child of the 80s here. So heck yeah, I was a follower of Hulkamania. I was saying my prayers and eating my vitamins, brother. And I actually got to see him wrestle live a few times at the old Spectrum in Philadelphia. And look, yeah, he had his shtick, and he didn't deviate from it too much. But with his energy, with his larger-than-life persona, it never got old. When he came out to cut a promo, when he marched out to the ring, your attention was fully focused on him. Now, yeah, that guy had quite a few flaws, maybe several flaws you could say, said some stuff he shouldn't have, screwed over quite a few wrestlers because he was not going to give up his status as the man in the WWF. However, he did seem to try to make amends over the last few years for some of the ways he acted. And you know what? There is no doubt the man knew how to entertain, and pro wrestling might look completely different today were it not for Hulk Hogan. And then, of course, all of us metalheads are still coming to grips with the death of Ozzy Osbourne, such a distinctive voice that had so much passion, so much energy, just one-of-a-kind voice. Not only was he a legend in metal, I mean, he will always be a legend in the metal world. Let's be real here. But he did what not many metal singers have been able to do, and that's really cross over to the mainstream and become a pop culture icon. Even non-metalheads knew who Ozzy Osbourne was. And yeah, like Hulk Hogan, Ozzy did a lot of things that I don't approve of, but with the help of his wife Sharon, he seemed to really straighten himself out in his later years, and there is no way heavy metal would be what it is today without Ozzy. Probably every metal band out there has, in one way or another, been influenced by the Prince of Darkness. Without Ozzy, we don't have Metallica, we don't have Motley Crue, we don't have Guns N' Roses, we don't have Slipknot, we don't have Korn, we don't have Iron Maiden, we don't have Megadeth, we don't have Slayer, we don't have Arch Enemy, we don't have Amon Amarth, we don't have Trivium, we don't have Hailstorm. You know what? We don't have metal, period, without Ozzy Osbourne. In fact, look, even in sports, you go to a sporting event, what are some of the songs you're going to hear over the PA? Crazy Train, Paranoid. Heck, those are probably some of the first licks a lot of guitar players do when they're starting out. Or what about Enter Sandman? Now, yeah, before anyone says anything, yeah, I know, that's a Metallica song, but James Hetfield himself has said without Ozzy, there would be no Metallica. So, believe it or not, the sports world owes quite a bit to Ozzy Osbourne. Now, trying to wrap up the monologue on a positive note, earlier this week it was reported that Rob Manfred, commissioner of Major League Baseball, was going around to MLB clubhouses, apparently talking about stuff that could be in the new collective bargaining agreement, and the subject of a salary cap came up. That led to Bryce Harper of the Philadelphia Phillies getting in Manfred's face and saying, "Get the bleep out of our clubhouse." Based, man, just based. It's like that put such a smile on my face when I saw that. Finally, someone telling that Putz Factory Manfred to bleep off. But, John, salaries are getting out of hand in baseball. We need to do something about it. Look, I don't care. I don't care what the reason was. I'm just happy that someone told Rob Manfred to bleep off right to his stupid face. And not just any someone. Bryce Harper, one of the most high-profile players in Major League Baseball, probably a future Hall of Famer. Everything Rob Manfred has done to corrupt MLB and turn it into a shadow of its former self, it's about time a big name like Bryce Harper told him to stick it. Bryce Harper, you are my new hero. And last but not least, big congratulations to former Bradshaw Mountain baseball player Ben Diggins. It was recently announced he will be part of the 2025 Hall of Fame induction class for the U of A, whom he played for in 1999 and 2000 and gained All-American status. And we'll have more congratulations to throw out during the course of today's show as we wrap up our summer top 10 lists with the top 10 local male athletes of the year. And man, some really, really good candidates this year, some really worthy ones that I had to leave off because, as usual, didn't have enough room for them. So, not going to waste any more time. Let's see who made this list, starting with number 10. The stars aligned for this young man to have a memorable senior season on the green. It started off with a second-place finish at the highly competitive Arizona High School Fall Preview at Grand Canyon University. After that, it was one impressive performance after another. All that success got him ranked as the #1 high school golfer in the state. That got him more than ready for the section tournament, where he came away as the individual section champion. Not only did he win the section title, he did it with a school record of 65, which also helped his team win the section championship as well. Excuse me. Even when the season was over, he continued to make headlines by winning the Thunderbird Senior Classic. Even though his high school career is over, he will continue golfing, and he will continue doing it right here in the Tri-City area as he signed with Embry-Riddle. Congratulations to Jonathan So of the Prescott golf team, the Tri-City Sports Roundup number 10 local male athlete of the year. Now, number 9. He was a force on the gridiron on both sides of the ball, but more so on defense. He registered 143 tackles, which put him second in the Grand Canyon region and number 10 in the entire state. He also posted 5 interceptions, 2 pass deflections, 1 sack, and 1 fumble recovery. He also came in handy carrying the ball as he amassed 722 rushing yards and 6 touchdowns. All that production helped his team qualify for the state playoffs, and it resulted in a bunch of huge honors for him. He was named the Grand Canyon Region Defensive Player of the Year, was selected to the All-4A Conference second team, and received an honorable mention on the Arizona Republic's All-Arizona football team. It will certainly be hard filling his shoes for this coming season. Congratulations to Caleb Deakins of the Bradshaw Mountain Football Team, the Tri-City Sports Roundup number 9 local male athlete of the year. Before we go to break, we're going to get in number 8. It's no secret that offense gets most of the attention in volleyball. Well, actually, the same is true for every sport. But this guy showed that defense deserves just as much attention. Few were better at keeping the ball alive than this guy. His 284 digs was tops in the Black Canyon region. He also showed off his versatility by getting into the act on offense as he garnered 62 assists and dropped in 33 ace serves. But as I said, it was on defense where he made his mark, and what a mark it was. Along with being named the Region Defensive Player of the Year, he was also named the 4A Conference Defensive Player of the Year. His ball-saving skills were a big reason why his team made it to the Final Four of state. Congratulations to Noah Hernandez of the Prescott volleyball team, the Tri-City Sports Roundup number 8 local male athlete of the year. All right, folks, we're just getting started with our final top 10 list of the summer. The top 10 local male athletes of the year. Who else makes the list? Who gets the top spot? Who will be the number 1 local male athlete of the year? I think some of you already have an idea in mind of who that's going to be, but you're going to have to wait for me to officially let you know. Anyway, folks, break time here on the Roundup. We'll be back right after this. We are back here on the Tri-City Sports Roundup. John Rust with you. Our final top 10 list of the summer, the top 10 local male athletes of the year. Coming in at number 9 from the Bradshaw Mountain football team was Caleb Deakins, the Region Defensive Player of the Year. We're going to talk a little bit more about Caleb and all he did this past season as we go to the phones right now. And on the line with us, we have Caleb. Well, now it's Caleb's former coach at Bradshaw Mountain, and that is Coach Bob Young. Hey, Coach, good morning, and thanks for joining us.
You bet, John. Thank you for having me.
You got it. Well, Caleb Deakins, I mean, what a season this guy had. The Region Defensive Player of the Year. I mean, and kind of like I said in my read-through, not only really good on defense, but he was also a big contributor for you on defense. So obviously, so what was it about Caleb where he could just get the job done on both sides of the ball for you last season?
Yeah, he had such a high motor for us, and he really came off the field, offense, defense, special teams, and he was, one of those iron who you're going to put your best 11 on the field, and he was definitely that on all phases of the game for us.
Mm-hmm. And again, you look at his stats, and I haven't heard anything about if he's going to go on and play at college. Have you heard anything about that, or is this pretty much it for his football career?
Yeah, at the moment he's not. I think he's just trying to figure out end of his senior year in high school. A lot of kids are undecided about what they wanted to do. He did have some opportunities. Some small schools were looking at him, but he as of now he's not playing football.
Okay. But again, I mean, what a season he had for you, and certainly going to be some big shoes for you to fill this coming season, which actually starts in about 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he was the leader of our defense. He was the guy that made things go, and also offensively, he was that fullback that got all those tough yards for us. So yeah, he's definitely going to be a tough guy to replace.
All right. Well, Coach Bob Young from the Bradshaw Mountain football team, want to thank you very much for joining us here on the Tri-City Sports Roundup, talking a little bit more about our number 9 local male athlete of the year, and that is Caleb Deakins. Coach, pleasure to have you on the show, and you have yourself a good one.
All right. Thanks, John.
All right. Again, Bob Young, head coach of the Bradshaw Mountain football team. Let's get back to our top 10 male athletes of the year list. We're at number 7. He provided a lot of offensive punch for his team in 2025. With his hot bat, he posted a batting average of .529, the top mark in the Grand Canyon region, and the 6th best in the entire 4A conference. He also drove in 30 runs, the 3rd most in the region, collected 7 doubles and 2 triples, and scored 32 runs, the 3rd most in the region. His .593 on-base percentage was the 2nd highest in the Grand Canyon region and the 8th best in the entire 4A conference, while his .691 slugging percentage was the 3rd highest in the region. All those stats helped his team win the region title. It also earned him some big honors like Grand Canyon Region Player of the Year and an all-conference first-team selection. He wrapped up his high school career, but will continue playing in college as he committed to Yavapai College. Congratulations to Lucas Tobin of the Prescott baseball team, the Tri-City Sports Roundup number 7 local male athlete of the year. Next up is number 6. He had speed, he had skills, and he utilized them both to great effect. On the gridiron, he recorded 796 receiving yards and 8 touchdowns. He was also just as effective on defense as he had 41 tackles and 4 sacks. Those stats not only helped his team reach the Elite 8 of state, it also got him named to the All-Grand Canyon Region First Team and the All-4A Conference Second Team. Once football was over, he headed indoors to the hardwood, where he averaged 8.3 points per game while registering 92 rebounds, 26 steals, and 19 assists to help his team make it to the Final Four of state. That earned him a place on the All-Region Second Team. He will continue playing at the next level, and he will do it on the football field at El Camino College. Congratulations to Josiah Peoples of the Prescott football and basketball teams, Tri-City Sports Roundup number 6 local male athlete of the year. Now on to number 5. He had a phenomenal freshman season, so good that he wound up as our number 2 local freshman of the year last year. This past season, he did not have a sophomore slump. He had a sophomore surge. He wrecked the opposition at heavyweight all year long, including in the postseason. At the Cascade Collegiate Conference Tournament, he finished 3rd in his weight class in perhaps the toughest conference in the nation. Then at the NAIA National Championship, he also placed 3rd at heavyweight. That earned him the 2nd All-American honor in his collegiate career as he finished his sophomore season with an overall record of 31-6. Expect him to continue his rampage for the next 2 seasons. Congratulations to Kenneth Copley of the Embry-Riddle Wrestling Team, the Tri-City Sports Roundup number 5 local male athlete of the year. Now we are at number 4. He already made an appearance on our summer top 10 list as one of our top 10 local grads at college of the year. Actually, he was our number 1 local grad of the year. No surprise when you look at all he accomplished this past season. He dominated nearly all of his regular season matches, which included winning the championship at the Mile High Open and a 4-0 performance at the NWCA National Duels. He also held the number 2 ranking in the nation at 165 pounds for a good chunk of the season. When the postseason rolled around, he won the title at 165 pounds at the Cascade Collegiate Conference Championship Tournament. Then it was on to the NAIA National Championship, where he made it to the 3rd place match and got the 19-5 win. That made him an All-American for the 2nd time in his collegiate career. He also concluded the season with a record of 23-3, which also got him to the 100-win plateau for his college career. Even though he graduated, he's not done with wrestling. He has 1 more year of eligibility remaining, and he will put it to use to compete for Oregon State University. Congratulations to Keller Rock of the Embry-Riddle Wrestling Team, the Tri-City Sports Roundup number 4 local male athlete of the year. And let's talk a little bit more about both Keller and Kenneth. We're going to go to the phones right now, and we'll be talking to Embry-Riddle Wrestling coach KC Rock, who I believe is calling us all the way from Florida. Hey, Coach, good morning, and thanks for joining us.
Hey, John. Thanks for having me.
You got it. Well, first, let's talk about our number 4 local male athlete of the year, who was also our number 1 local grad at college of the year, Keller Rock. I don't know what more you can say about, not just this season for him, but his entire career at Embry-Riddle and Chino Valley. Just talk about, what made his senior year so special for you in Embry-Riddle.
Yeah, it's been, obviously being his father and, following his career pretty closely. It was an up and down year. We had some injuries to battle through. We had big goals, obviously to win a national championship. And, we came, reaction time away from getting a chance to be in the finals with his semifinal loss. So, but, he stepped up big for us as a team. And, it's easy for a senior when they lose that close semifinal match to kind of pack it in and just be an All-American. And, he was able to turn it around and come back and score bonus points in every match, coming back to your consolation and place 3rd for us.
Mm-hmm. And then you got Kenneth Copley, and I mean, just a sophomore, just in his 2nd year of wrestling for you guys, and what a career he has already had for you.
Yeah, Kenny's a grown man. He came the COVID year and then went on a mission and came back. Placed as a freshman, was 3rd this year. I think you said his record was 30. He had 31 wins, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I think he had 27, 28 pins. So he's a point scorer for us. He's going to go through some challenges of his own. He got married this summer. So he's got that added to his plate a little bit, but we expect him to be be a 4-time All-American and win a national title.
All right. KC Rock, head coach of the Embry-Riddle Wrestling Team. Want to thank you for joining us here on the Tri-City Sports Roundup, talking to us a little bit more about our number 4 and number 5 local male athletes of the year, Keller Rock and Kenneth Copley from the Embry-Riddle Wrestling Team. Coach, thanks for calling us, and enjoy the rest of your time in Florida.
Yeah, thanks, John. I will.
All righty. Again, KC Rock, head coach of the Embry-Riddle Wrestling Team. All right, folks, getting back to our top 10 list, we're at number 3. He had one more season of eligibility, and boy, did he put it to good use. He had some impressive performances during the regular season, which included a first-place finish at the Masters University Invitational and a second-place finish at the Highlander Invitational. Then came the postseason, where he continued to outrun the competition. He had a second-place finish at the GSAC Championship meet and was named to the All-Conference team for the third time in his career. Then it was off to the NAIA National meet, where he just missed out on the big trophy, finishing the race as national runner-up. That got him named an NAIA All-American for the third time in his career, and to cap off his incredible season, he was voted his school's Male Athlete of the Year. A great season and a great career for this guy. Congratulations to Demetrius Love Jr. of the Embry-Riddle Cross Country Team, the Tri-City Sports Roundup number 3 Local Male Athlete of the Year. We're at number 2. Excuse me. His season began on the golf course, where he helped his team win its fourth straight section title. His efforts also got him named the squad's most improved golfer. Next came basketball season, and that's where he really excelled. He averaged 17.8 points per game, the third best mark in the Grand Canyon region. His 317 rebounds led the region and also put him in fourth place in the entire 4A conference. Add to it 59 assists, 52 steals, and 47 blocks. Add up all his career points and rebounds, and he became a member of the 1,000 club, along with being named to the All-Region First Team, being voted the Region Defensive Player of the Year, and earning a spot on the All-4A Conference Second Team. But he wasn't done there. He remained on the hardwood during the spring for the volleyball team, where he attacked and set equally well with 228 kills and a region best 520 assists to go along with 215 digs, 30 blocks, and 62 ace serves. With a stat line like that, it was no surprise he was named the Region Player of the Year for the third time in his career. On top of that, he was the 4A Conference Co-Player of the Year. Not many athletes can be valuable to 3 different teams, as along with the section title for golf, he helped both the basketball and volleyball teams win their respective region championships and make it to the Final Four of state, all while maintaining really good grades and being named a graduate with distinction. This winter, we will get to see him on the basketball court at Hawaii Pacific University. Congratulations to the G-Force, Zane Gall of the Prescott Golf, Basketball, and Volleyball teams, the Tri-City Sports Roundup number 2 Local Male Athlete of the Year. All right, folks, we're here. The number 1 Local Male Athlete of the Year. Who's it going to be? Even though you probably have an idea in your head, I'm not going to tell you yet because we got to go to a break here. But when we come back, we will unveil our Tri-City Sports Roundup number 1 Local Male Athlete. We are back after this. We are back here on the Tri-City Sports Roundup. John Rust with you here. And, yeah, folks, we are here. We are about ready to announce our number one local male athlete of the year. But before we do, I'm going to string you along a little bit more because I just want to run through numbers 10 through 2 on our list. Number 10 was Jonathan So from Prescott Golf. Number 9, Caleb Deakins from Bradshaw Mountain Football. Number 8, Noah Hernandez, Prescott Volleyball. Number 7 was Lucas Tobin of Prescott Baseball. Number 6, Josiah Peoples of Prescott Football and Basketball. Number 5, Kenneth Copley of Embry-Riddle Wrestling. Number 4, Keller Rock, also of Embry-Riddle Wrestling. Number 3, Demetrius Love Jr. of Embry-Riddle Cross Country. Number 2, Zane Gall of Prescott Golf, Basketball, and Volleyball. And now, number 1. He already had 3 phenomenal seasons under his belt, so what could he do in his 4th and final high school season? A whole lot. On the football field, he threw for 2,117 yards, the 2nd most in the Grand Canyon region, and the 6th most in the entire 4A conference, and nailed his receivers for 21 touchdowns. He also rushed for 927 yards and 15 touchdowns. On defense, he recorded 56 tackles and 5 interceptions, including a 105-yard pick six. As you can imagine, the awards poured in. Grand Canyon Region Player of the Year, All 4A Conference First Team, Arizona Cardinals Player of the Week, and, showing what a great student he was, National Football Foundation Scholar Athlete. As good as he was in football, he was even better in basketball. He averaged 29.2 points per game to lead the region and end up 4th in the 4A Conference. He also led both the region and conference in assists with 158, led the region in steals with 84, also the 2nd most in the conference, and also grabbed 173 rebounds. Along the way, he eclipsed the 2,000-point mark for his career, ending up with more than 2,700 points, putting him in the top 10 among all Arizona high school players ever. He also set a single-game team record with 54 points, which got him named the Sports Illustrated National Player of the Week. But that was just the beginning of his Hardwood Awards. He was named the 4A Conference Player of the Year for the 2nd year in a row, and for the 3rd year in a row was named the Region Player of the Year, making him a Region Player of the Year in 2 different sports in the same season. And, of course, he was the school's Male Athlete of the Year. The next stop for him is Albuquerque, where he will play basketball for the University of New Mexico. Congratulations to Uriah Tennett of the Prescott football and basketball teams, the Tri-City Sports Roundup 2024-2025 number 1 local male athlete of the year. And, well, we're going to talk to Uriah. Well, now Uriah's former head coach of the Prescott boys basketball team, who joins us on the phone. That is Travis Stedman. Hey, Travis, good morning, and thanks for joining us.
Hey, John. Hey, I'm a little confused. I was under the impression that we were going to talk about me today.
No, we're talking about the 3 guys on your team who made the our top 10 list. What do you want to talk about you for,
I'll
man?
tell you, that story's going to be a little more interesting than talking about me. That's a better choice by you, John.
Yes, a lot more interesting. Well, kind of like I joked around, Coach. No surprise, Uriah Tennett, our number 1 local male athlete of the year. I think a lot of people listen to this show, they knew that was coming, but again, reading all his accomplishments, and I think to me, what is just so impressive about the guy is he doesn't even come up to 6 foot tall, but still plays like he's about 6'5". What is it about Uriah where he just absolutely dominates, whether it's on the basketball court or the football field?
Well, he has this whole trifecta thing of being incredibly athletic, incredibly cerebral, and incredibly intense all together. There's not very many people that have all of those attributes. He has all of them, and that's why he's so good. That's why he's so good at football. That's why he's so good at basketball. I promise you, if he played center field for somebody's men's league softball team, he'd be the best player in the league. It just, like, put him on the soccer field, he'd be the best soccer player. That's who he is, and you find a way to do that.
Yeah, well, no wonder that back in his freshman year, I dubbed him with the nickname Tenacious T, and I'm sure that tenaciousness is going to help him when he gets to University of New Mexico, when he's going to be playing against a whole lot of guys 6'5", 6'6", and 6'7" over there.
Oh, no question. No question. Yeah, and it's going to be it's going to be really fun because the world is going to figure out that size really doesn't matter in this situation because he's going to be extremely successful.
And I think the one thing that's always impressed me with Uriah, he's got the superstar talent, but all the years I have known him, he does not have, say, the superstar ego. He's just a very down to earth kind of guy. Just very pleasant to be around. Obviously, I think a lot of that comes from his family as well. But again, just I think one of those guys who, as a coach, you just absolutely love to have on your team. Where he's insanely talented, but he's not going to give you any kind of attitudinal problems.
No, definitely, and even more so, he's an amazing teammate. Like he's friends with everybody he plays with because of his. He just has this infectious personality. I mean, most of the people see him on the field or on the court, and he's just a killer there, and it's just business as usual. But when you catch him in a regular setting where he's just around normal people, like he's a goober. Like he likes to have a good time. Like he's funny and he's got an amazing personality. There's a reason why people like him. It's not surprising, and honestly, that's part of the reason why our team has been so successful over the last 4 years. Is because when your best player is somebody everybody wants to be around and doesn't isolate themselves and doesn't treat themselves like they're better or more important than anybody else. It's incredible, and it's one of the attributes that really sets him apart from a lot of the other star players I've coached or have been around for sure.
And not only that, but he also had another star player who, again, didn't have that kind of superstar ego and was just a really great guy to be around, along with being an incredible athlete. And that is Zane Gall, who was a 3-sport athlete over at Prescott, along with killing it for you on the basketball court. He killed it for Coach Bernie in volleyball. Also did a really good job for the golf team. So just tell us how much having Zane on your team meant to you for the past 4 years.
Oh, it's immeasurable, honestly. His leadership, that's one thing that we are really going to miss moving forward. Is he is an incredible leader. He's a natural born leader in those sense. He's going to be a great father at some point. He's going to be a great leader at some point in his life. He the ability that he has to take a situation and make the best out of it and hold everybody accountable during that situation is unbelievable. He is just so good at those things. A lot of it comes to the fact that he's incredibly intelligent, but he just has this driving force. I mean, I think you call him the G-force, but he just has this driving force that propels him to be successful in these moments. That's why he is so good. That's why he's had such a great career in volleyball and in golf and in basketball. And honestly, if he'd played baseball, he would have had a great career there too. Or I could see him doing just about anything and being incredibly successful doing it.
And certainly can't wait to see what he's going to do when he gets over to Hawaii Pacific this coming season.
Oh my gosh. Can you imagine, John? Most of the time, most normal folk like you and I, we have to go visit Hawaii. Hawaii doesn't care whether we show up or not. In his case, Hawaii wants him to be there. Can you imagine being that person where it's like, you know what? I got to go to Hawaii. Like, I just have to do this. Like, I have to go to Hawaii and do the things I love doing every single day. Like, that just sounds like the worst time in the world, doesn't it?
Oh, lucky guy. And then finally, the last guy on your team who made our list, Josiah Peoples. He was number 6 on our list for what he did on both the football field and the basketball court. And there's a reason why I call him Joe Flya. I mean, he's got the speed, but this guy is just high energy from beginning to end, whether he's on the gridiron or whether he's on the hardwood.
Oh, Joe's amazing, man. Joe's amazing. In fact, I saw Joe the other day. He came back from football camp in California. He's playing football over there for a junior college, and saw him for the first time, and it changes the complexity of the day. Like seeing Joe and his personality and having him around all the time it's an adventure and a good one at that. He's definitely going to be missed. I mean, an incredible athlete. For his ability to cover ground on whether it's the football field or the basketball court is absolutely incredible because he's listed at 5 or 6 foot, but he's probably 5'11" ish, and he plays like he's about 6'5". and it's really going to help him moving forward for sure.
Oh yeah, and again, I mean, you talked about missing Zane's leadership. I'm sure the team's going to be missing Josiah's personality, because it's guys like that who just really help form good team chemistry for successful teams.
Yeah, you need guys that are able to cut through the tension. There's when you're going through it as a team, especially a team that's successful. I mean, it's fun to watch everybody win, but there's always things that happen behind the scenes. Like, there's a lot of grinding, there's a lot of work. You spend a lot of time together, and if everybody's as business as usual, and everybody's feelings are their feelings, you don't have a guy that can cut through that with a little humor, with a little good time. It makes for a long season, and honestly, he was one of those guys for sure.
All right. Travis Stedman, head coach of the Prescott boys basketball team, want to thank you very much for joining us here on the Tri-City Sports Roundup and giving us a little more insight into three of your guys who made our list. Uriah Tennette, our number 1 local male athlete of the year. Zane Gall, our number 2 local male athlete of the year. And Josiah Peoples, our number 6 local male athlete of the year. Travis, it's always a pleasure to talk to you. I'll see you soon, man.
Hey, sounds great, John. Thanks for everything. Really appreciate what you do for these kids. It's awesome.
Oh, you're welcome for that, Coach. You have yourself a good one.
Hey, you too.
All right. Well, folks, we've come to the end of our summer top 10 list here, and school got started on Thursday. Still can't believe school got started July 31st. What the heck with that, man? But, everyone's out there practicing. Tryouts are getting going for high school sports over at Yavapai College and Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. The fall sport athletes, they're coming back this weekend. They're going to get back to practicing on Monday. And on already next Wednesday, we're going to have some soccer scrimmages next Wednesday over at Ken Lindley Field at 1 p.m. Yavapai College men will be facing Paradise Valley in a scrimmage. Then the women will have an inter-squad scrimmage at 7 p.m. the same day. Also on August 9th, Yavapai women will host Park University in a scrimmage. Yavapai men will host Phoenix College. At the same time across town, Embry-Riddle men's soccer, they will host Mojave College. Folks, that's going to do it for our show. Thank you very much for joining us here on the Tri-City Sports Roundup. Major League Baseball and the team, 14:50 a.m. KNOT today at 12:30. Phillies and Tigers, tune into that. Folks, thank you very much for joining us. We will see you again next week.